women are reevaluating their personal finance goals amid inflation and fears of a recession.
A recent study by Bank of America found that although 94% of women believe they will be personally responsible for their finances at some point in their adult life, they are less confident about investing and retirement. The report, entitled Women, Money, Confidence, a Lifelong Relationship, gauges how women rate their financial health.
A majority of women reported they are doing well managing their day-to-day finances. However, they are struggling with longer-term goals, such as creating a diversified portfolio.
Joining us now is Lorna Sabbia. Lorna is head of retirement and personal wealth solutions at Bank of America. Lorna, welcome. Thanks very much for being with us. So according to the study, 92% of women are confident managing everyday financial tasks, but only half are confident managing investments and creating a diversified portfolio. Why is that, and how do women get started if they haven't done so already?
Thanks so much for having me. It's a great question. I think the three obstacles that we've learned through this study as it relates to women in investing is the first is they don't feel they have enough savings to actually begin to invest. The second obstacle was around their knowledge or their comfort level about their knowledge around the topic of investing. And then the third is there's this perception that investing is actually risky. And so I think all of those things help folks like us at companies like Bank of America, who work with companies of all sizes on their benefit programs, and help individuals to understand and allow them to tap into educational programs and tools that will actually give them the confidence to go ahead and make that action. Because to your point, 94% of women recognize that these topics are their topics to own. That's progress, and that's progress in the highest we've ever seen, even since pre-pandemic levels, which is terrific. But the action is what needs to occur going forward. And I think the other thing that we just have to think about is a lot of women recognize the fact that on average, we're going to live 5 years longer than our male counterparts, which is great. But the longer you wait to save or the longer you wait to invest, it's very difficult to catch up later on. So the earlier that you start benefits you.
And Lorna, one of the other issues your study identified is women asking for what they are worth. The study found that women between the ages of 22 and 39 are more comfortable having open financial conversations than their counterparts, their older counterparts. So what do you find to be the driving factor that motivates the millennial and Gen Z demographic to take the lead on those difficult conversations?
Yeah, I think some of it is their own experience in the financial markets. Their experience is very different than somebody like me who's a Gen Xer and has had a little bit more, seasoned experience and understanding how markets go up and they go down too. So having an experience in the marketplace that has been volatile, you sort of touched on it when we started the conversation. So interest rates are up, inflation is up, certainly. Markets are volatile, believe it or not. These are the best moments to actually jump in and sink your teeth into really understanding what your priorities are. So we're actually taking some cues and tips from the younger generation of women that are actually much more bold and more confident to do some work on their own to get their confidence level, their knowledge up on the topic of investing. But also they're wildly open to working with others and looking for advisors and getting advice and not going it alone. There's, I think, a lot of assumptions made on younger generations, particularly women, that they're actually more inclined to do all of their work online, digitally by themselves. But what we're finding too is they need both. They want to do their work themselves and get their due diligence and confidence up, but they're also interested in speaking to somebody, especially when making really big financial decisions. And sometimes that means investing and when to begin to invest. So the younger generations, the younger cohorts of women are leading the way.
All right, Lorna Sabbia, head of retirement and personal wealth at Bank of America. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.